I know you feel like you want me, and I guess in a way you do. Holding my breath, unraveling emotions. I need some space to think this through. Call me all night long. Try to give you hints and a hard to see. Right on the line, no. Losing it on you's the last thing I need. If I'm honest, I'll just make you cry. And I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I promise, now's not the right time. And I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. Look away so you won't see, 'cause the pain is in my eyes. Feels like I could break at any moment and shatter your insides. If you feel my mind, call me all night long. Try to give you hints and a hard to see. Right on the line, no. Losing it on you's the last thing I need. If I'm honest, I'll just make you cry. And I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I promise, now's not the right time. And I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I would rather lie. I would rather lie. I don't wanna fight. I would rather lie to you. If I'm honest, I'll just make just make you cry, and I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I promise now's not the right time, and I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I would rather lie. I would rather lie. I don't wanna fight. I would rather lie to you. I'm honest, I'll just make you cry, and I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, one and all, to the end of another week of fantastic Formula One racing here on SLR. I am, of course, Tipsy Bob, joined with Mr. Chief. And the playground today is, as everyone should know by now, Brazil. We missed out last week. There was just a few issues with technical difficulties and, of course, numbers of Singapore. But we are here and ready to rock in Brazil, and the boys are just out on track now, about to set their first lap. And I believe we have Mr. Trusty Chief here with all the details of the current standings, Chief.
Yeah, so let's get to it. Yeah, drivers are heading out for their first run, so just while they're getting prepared underway, Danny Coe is leading the championship. You can see there, 95 points. Justin with 81 points, and what is very interesting about this race is Danny Coe is not here. He is not able to make the race, so Justin was very much you know, we were thinking maybe there might not be enough drivers for this one to take place, but managed to get it together, and that means, yeah, the championship is going to be getting very spicy, because Justin can score a lot of points today, and hopefully he could actually overtake Danny Coe for the first time in the standings. Tenari P3 with 73 points. And you can see the constructors, McLaren way out ahead, almost double the points of everyone else, or of the second place guys. AlphaTauri 81 points for them, McLaren 161, Ferrari also 73 points. So P2 is really up for grabs in the constructors, but I think McLaren's looking like they're going to win that one. But let's get down to the action, because yeah, sometimes they're, well, about to come in as people are beginning their hot laps here. So let's go, bro.
What a time though, Chief, as you said, for Justin. Like, this is like, if ever he needed a gift, well, a gift's maybe not the right way of putting it, but if ever he wanted an opportunity to properly claw back some of those points that Dan the Man has been relentlessly collecting, it is today. However, in saying that, there are quite a number of quite accomplished drivers here today, as well as in the guise of reserves. Namely, I would like to point out that there are quite a few we'll get to, but namely our gamer. I think he is going to really mix it up here at the front. I think he could really race in Tier 1 full time if he wanted to. He's got the pace, but yeah, Justin, I don't think he's going to have it all his own way today, Chief.
Yeah, we saw in Qatar, our gamer able to mix with the best of them. Had a time penalty, so maybe held back a little bit. Could potentially have won that race, as Justin is heading down. He's going to set a time. We've got a few other times coming in, but let's see. Justin goes top of the pops, 108 flat, 108 flat, yeah. So we saw some 7s yesterday, but Justin setting that time on mediums. Fox on softs. The top soft time is 108.1, but yeah, I'm expecting low 7s. I don't even know if a 6 is possible. Probably. By some aliens out there. What do you think, Bob?
I wouldn't put it past them getting a 6. I suppose probably Tino could probably get a 6, I would imagine. Or maybe even Kiko, remember that guy? I was a Grit B driver. But there's a 7 already, Chief. We say that Noah has stuck in a 7.8. So definitely, we know Justin's definitely going to have a good bit more time in the bag if he's able to do an 8 flat on the mediums. Now, we do have a couple of other reserves, of course. We've got Snacks and Joel racing today, as well as Antab and Skin Tony, Crawley, Larson. They're all our gamer. They're all reserves in mostly tier 2 and tier 3. What was I going to say? Yeah, Snacks was kind of lamenting the other day there about missing out on opportunities in tier 2 in terms of race results, and we managed to convince him to jump on board the tier 1 guys. Assists are allowed, and so I'm hoping that he has a pretty clean race today. I'm not saying he's going to cause anything, but just in general, I hope he has a clean race so he gets to enjoy the racing again, because I know he didn't much enjoy it yesterday.
Yep, our gamer is about to cross the line here, Bob, so let's see what he's got in store for us as he depletes his ERS on the start finish rate. Goes P6 with a 108.2, but I'm sure he can go much faster than that. He also set that time on mediums, 2s as well, so some guys opting to start on mediums for their first run and potentially save a set of fresh softs for the race.
But as you said, Chief, it's like, I suppose Justin, on his current form, excuse me, I was just eating there, on his current form, is kind of expected to get the race win today, although there is the one McKender down at the bottom there, still hasn't set a lap, still sitting in the pits. We're eager to see what he does. And of course, Tuna Man Gennari, very fast young man himself, will be most likely looking to mix it up with these front runners. But so far, Noah sitting top of the pile here, 12 minutes to go in quali, 1 minute 7.8. We have 2 race winners here already today. We have Crawley, who won remarkably on 27 lap old hards, holding off reasonably well. We can say fresh softs, but 8 lap softs of Larson. So they'll be looking to continue their battle from tier 3 here. And we also have our gamer who won the tier 2 race yesterday in Brazil as well. So he's well clued into the factors of this race. And yes, I never touched on it. Our gamer was in the chat letting us know that it's going to be dry qualifying and a dry race, which is music to my ears.
Yep, good to hear, good to hear. Sunny Brazil, boosted mess as well in chat. Delta from tier 3 as well, so good to see everybody. Let us know who you think is going to get pole here and who you think is going to win the race. Also, how many DNFs and how many safety cars. I thought yesterday at tier 2 I made the mistake of saying it's going to be a safety car fest in tier 2, not one safety car. And I think it was because you didn't show up in chat, Bob, because usually when you show up, that's when it happens. Starts kicking off.
The drama begins.
Yeah, Icewind. Go ahead.
No, I was going to talk nonsense there. You want to say something about Ice?
No, just Icewind. Good to see him on track here. He's made it to the race and he is on a lap. He hasn't used ERS though, so this time he's going to put on the board is without ERS, a 1:10.0. So yeah, I think he's just getting up to speed. Usually he struggles to make races, and this looks like he is just using this time to get up to speed.
Yeah, no, just to touch on what Boosted wrote there about just in time. I'm thinking, Chief, if he's got time to watch, right, should he not be on track?
Yes.
I think so. I think Boosted should be here.
Yeah, get in there, son. Put your racing pants on. Let's go.
And we have Delta. He's saying that he hopes Crystals wins. It would be funny. It would be funny, actually, if Crystals wins. I wouldn't put my house on it, but hey, stranger things have happened.
Yeah, I mean, he did have a good showing yesterday, P5 in the end, I think he got, and that was with time penalties, but he was showing pretty good pace, and especially in quali as well, so I expect to see him go up the ranks a little bit if he can put it all together. Eversnack's on a lap here as well, Antab, Fox, Icewind still out there. Crystals, yeah, he's another one on a lap. Nikoi, McKender is on a lap. Maybe we should go with him, but I'm just looking at Eversnacks right now. He is out of ERS quite early, actually, at the start of the start-finish rate. So may choose to go into the pits, does indeed go in. But a decent time for Eversnacks. He's currently P8. but there are improvements. Another guy worth mentioning, Meepo, who uncharacteristically has a 117 flat. So I'm not sure what that is indicating, but we've seen in previous races he's always up there in the mix, and he looked like he was going to win that Singapore race until, yeah, it was the race that wasn't. It just fell apart, didn't it, the lobby? So we had to cancel that one, but it was shaping up to be a really good finale. But unfortunately, Codemasters ruined it for us all.
Justin was on his out lap there, or his hot lap. A bit of a sloppy navigation of Senna S. Didn't really improve, kind of matched his time, but he ran wide there at that. Oh, what's this? Antap disqualified.
Oh my word!
But he ran wide at the that Max Hamilton corner in Brazil there, and so that has invalidated. But he'll have another go. Mac has set a time, and he is up to P2, so it's a finish 1, 2, 3 so far, with a 7.864. Oh, excuse me, 7.864. So the Finns are controlling at the moment the top 3 positions. And what's this? Blasphemous comment in chat, Chief, see this?
Yeah, so
hope that we will survive this comment. What? That's just absolutely outrageous.
Plenty of life left in this commentary booth, but look at Meepo. He's missing a front wing, so I think he was he going to go for a lap here? But he's hit some wall somewhere or hit someone, and is spending the rest of this lap getting out of the way of everybody. But uncharacteristic for Meepo to be showing a slow time on the board, and also no front wing in his second run.
And noticeably, McKendon has called it quits with 7 minutes still to go. He thinks 1:78, 1 minute 7.8 is enough for him. He'll take it, and he's buying out of quali. So I would expect maybe 1 or 2 more improvements. Be surprised if he holds on to that P2. I don't think he'll fall much further. We're still waiting for Tunaman to post a time, and Meepo is proper quick. So he could definitely challenge. So I would say the top 5 could potentially switch around before the end of this quali.
Yeah, and I just caught Justin there. He went for a second run there on his second lap, and he went wide. I think it's at the end of the DRS trade. Is that turn 4 or turn 5? Just went wide on the exit there and invalidated. So he's came off that run. I think he's going to have to pit here, though. He's been out a few laps on those tires, so unless he's wanting to save a fresh set for the race. But yeah, it looks like he's going to come into the pits, but on a fresh set, and hopefully he wants to be on the front row of the grid. Ideally, wants to get off to a good start here and not have to navigate any cars on the run down to turn 1. It can get a bit sketchy going through the Senna S's after turn 1, as I'm sure you're well aware, Bob, yourself.
Yeah, raced here plenty of times. I actually love this track. I usually do pretty good in this one as well. But that corner that you said that Justin invalidated, that was the one he invalidated on his previous lap as well, I believe. So whether that's an issue, I don't know. Maybe he's just getting his boundaries there, or how far he can push it. But as I was saying earlier, this top 5 will definitely switch around, and indeed they have, Chief. Tunaman is sitting nicely proud at the top of the 1 minute 7.6. Good improvement over the others. McKenna dropping down into P4. We'll be lucky if he manages to stay in the top 5, I reckon, because I think Meepo and Justin for sure, maybe even Naiku can improve on that. Our gamer as well, I would expect to see improve as well. So for all we know, Mac might even drop down to around 6-7. But it's one thing these guys being able to do the lap time, but it's another trying to nail it on quali when you have very limited runs.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Bob. I actually noticed there a lot of drivers struggling on their second run there. A lot of them just abandoning the lap. Just on one of them, but also Joel and our gamer struggling to get faster on their second run, so they'll have one more go at it, and that's it. Boosted as well is joining the session, so we will have a full lap today, which is awesome.
The peer pressure got to him, Chief. You see that? He just couldn't resist.
Doesn't take much.
So basically, yeah, right. It doesn't take much. He crumbles with it at ease. But Chief, Boosted has actually met me and Chief in real life, and he knows that we're not to be messed with. We're big dudes. So whenever we tell him, you better get in here, he knows, because we know where he lives. But no, yeah, seriously, Meepo, I would expect to improve if he can manage to keep it under the walls. Safety cars, possible. It's always possible when there's Joel on track. But yeah, I think they are possible when you consider the grid. We do have quite a mixture of the grid this today, which is actually really interesting, I think. A mixture between Tier 2 and Tier 3. Well, really, we've only got one Tier 2 driver, isn't that right, Chief? Our gamer. I think he's the only Tier 2 guy. I think everyone else is either Tier 1 and Tier 3. So a lovely mix across the SLR divisions.
Yeah, it's good to see, and we're going to see, like, you know, just that pace difference across the tiers as well. Sometimes, you know, like, our gamer able to mix it up last in Qatar with the top guys, so Crawley Voice as well, showing formidable form recently. As I was watching Eagle Ghost there, I think he invalidated coming out of the last corner, so he's had to abandon his run. He will get time for another one, and I think this is it. This is the moment where everybody's just going to choose their time to come out for that last run. You want to leave it as late as possible, as Boosted Mess does join. Another point I want to mention there is Joel and Skin Tony, they caused the safety cars in Tier 3. So that is a bit ominous. Hopefully it's not the case today, but it was Skin Tony. Actually, it was Skin Tony, Joel, and Eversnacks. So there's 3 culprits, potential culprits for safety cars today.
Yeah. So the 3 guys that cause issues are on track today. Dan the man will absolutely love that, because he'll be the drama. I'll tell you what, though, another thing you might enjoy is Justin did not improve. He actually come into the pit on that run, so he will get out in time. Yeah, he'll be able to go out at about 2 minutes, so he should, I believe, get one more run in. He's the guy I'm really watching, because he's the one that we know could definitely challenge that pole position, that top spot. But at the moment, we have a top 6 finish lockout.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, Meepo putting a 107.7 on the board, good enough for the front row for now. I don't think he's going to have time to get back to the pits. He's in Sector 2 right now. Yeah, he's not going to have time for another run, so that's his session over. So it's all about who can improve here of the guys behind him.
Yeah, well, Meepo's not going to improve, Chief. I don't know if you mentioned that, because he's actually invalidated, so he is not improving. So he will be sitting, his best performance will be is P217766. Of course, will indeed come under attack from the likes of Noah. So Noah could jump, and we're going to see quite a bit of switcherooing going on here, Chief. I would expect to see, honestly, most of the top 10, maybe top 11, switch around here. This poll is not guaranteed. So let's see, we're getting into the final crux of these minutes. Tudge is on a lap. We have Babs giving us a big wave. Hello, Babs. And Tudge has improved, Chief. He's up almost a 10th, which will make him actually jump to P2 as it stands, if he's able to carry this forward. So I'm going to stay on board with him. I'm sure Justin and Naiku and also improving. Tunaman will also be looking to improve to cement that P1. But of course, anything can happen in Brazil. Just because you start P1 doesn't mean you're going to finish P1. So Tudge is, where is he? He's approaching the end of Sector 2. Eyes firmly fixed on that Delta screen. How much is he improving? He's up just basically 2/10, which was an 876. This is actually potentially going to challenge for pole here. Let's see if he can knock Tunaman off the top spot. Here we go, crosses the line, and it's not enough. It's just shy of it. It's a P2, so that drops Meepo down to P3. Noah is up, but he's invalidated, so Noah's not going to improve. Neither is Naiku. Justin is up marginally.
He's invalidated.
Oh, he's invalidated, yeah. So he's now Eagle Ghost. How is he getting on? Eagle Ghost approaching the end of Sector 2. Also need to keep an eye on Gar Gamer as well. But Eagle Ghost.
Yeah, Tenari's crossed the line there at 107.5 for him. So he is stamped his authority on that pole position. I don't think anyone's going to beat that. But who have we got out there that potentially could?
Well, Eagle Ghost has improved. He's probably going to just jump. He's going to just jump Justin. That's easy to say. if he manages to carry this through. No, he doesn't. He just misses out on dropping Justin. Gamer here might improve. He's up half a second, according to that Delta time, if that's correct. This is going to be a significant jump up the leaderboard. Oh my goodness, look at that. Our Gamer, out of nowhere, we knew he could do it. He sticks it in P2, mixing it up with the best here in Tier 1. And I think, Chief, that is our grid.
Yeah, that is super interesting. I'm always mind of the championship, and Justin is in chat saying GG 0.3 bottles, so he was on for a 0.3 but wasn't able to put it together, maybe pushing a bit too much, and that's compromised him massively here. P9 is where he will start, which is not what he wanted, as his main competitor for that Tier 1 title is not here today, so really he wants to be P1 in this race and get maximum points, but he has made it very, very hard for himself. And look at that, his P9 time was on mediums, so he wasn't able to get a soft run in. And yeah, he's got it all to do in the race.
Yeah, man, that's like absolutely. That's not a complete disaster for him, but definitely making his job much harder than what it could have been. As you said rightly, Dan the man not here. Good chance to get some points, and he may well still do it because anything can happen here in Brazil. Lepson pointed out that Crawley today is on no assists today, which is good to see. Happy to see it. Lovely. Good job, Crawley. Keep it up.
Yeah, P1 to P16. It's basically 1 second between them. We know it's a short lap, but that is indicating we are on for a pretty fun race here today. Should see plenty of battles throughout the field, and very much looking forward to this one.
Yeah, man, this is the kind of race, whenever you see that kind of gaps, they're all likely going to be following reasonably closely, but it also means that if someone gets tagged early, they're going to be a very, very long way back, and they will probably be depending on a safety car. The other thing I watched in Tier 3, and it is off-grid annoyance to me, as many people will know because I make it quite clear, is a lot of the ERS deployment that they use in Tier 3. And it comes back to punish them so many times. Now, you most likely won't see that same mistake today by many of the guys, but if the Tier 3 guys repeat that poor, I would say, ERS management today, they are going to struggle big time today because it's not Tier 3, this is Tier 1. And you can be sure that the guys at the front will be harvesting as much battery as they can. And I think once you drop out of the, if you lose your ERS and you drop out of, DRS, you're a goner, basically. You're not going to recover. And you will be all those people that were saying, turn safety car off, they'll be saying, oh, I wish safety car was on so I could catch up. That's like...
Yeah, I saw that a few times, and Lepson was the main one. He, after a safety car, after the first lap after a safety car. Sorry to call you out here, Lepson, but yeah, you had no ERS left, so he's definitely an ERS-aholic. So he will know exactly what you're talking about, because it just leaves you exposed. You know, it feels good at the time, you're gaining, but yeah, whenever it comes to deeper into the race and you've no ERS, it's bad. And Lepson is asking us to focus on the race.
I think we'll focus on it a bit further. So Lepson, but anyway, he's not the only one. Snacks did it as well, and Wesley, of course. Wesley is known for doing it as well. Again, we're not calling anyone out. We're just, speaking of the observation we've seen. And the problem is, you use all your battery to get P14, let's say, or whatever it is, P6, right? You use all your battery, and then you have nothing to defend with and nothing to attack with, and you can't really build it up. Some tracks is hard to rebuild that. So you're just caught in limbo. You can just conserve enough to be able maybe to hold on, but you haven't got enough to defend properly or enough to fight with. So you're just locked into that position. Whereas if you just keep a little bit in the bank when you need it, that'll keep you in good stead.
Yeah, and we're probably going to see this from the top drivers here today. You'll see the conserve as much as possible. And I'm looking at the tire strat with an interesting spread for the field. Most are going for hards, but you've got a couple of guys on softs, and I'm looking at Touge in P3. He may be looking to take the lead of this race on the first a couple of laps and try to extend the lead, hoping for a well-timed safety car. Crowley Voice, the other guy on softs, and then we've got, what is that, 5 guys on mediums, but yeah, hards are the order of the day. So an early safety car is not what the hard runners need. And let's get underway as everybody's taking up their grid position. Our gamer Tunari will lead the charge down to turn 1. Bob, let's go.
Oh god, here goes. I always panic with these race starts because I never know what I'm going to say, and sometimes I can say the wrong thing. But off we go. Tunaman leads the field away here at Brazil, and it looks like it was a bit of a sloppy start. Our gamer seemed to got a really good start around the outside. Is Tuna keeping himself safe? Of course, Tug does have that soft zone, so he will be a major threat. Oh, and there's a bit of a carnage at the back there. What was that? Not quite carnage, but there was a big tap there between a Red Bull or an Alpine, I think. And watching further back here, oh my goodness, how are they all going to navigate this? Surely something's going to give here. They're all side by side. Someone's off track. That's an Alpine off track further back. Oh my goodness, their cars starting left, right, and centre. There's people ghosting inside each other. I can't keep up with this. Who's that more off track? Who is that actually? That's an Skintoni, I think.
Oh, Justin's got spun round. He just got tagged by Fox there. Sorry, Bob, but yeah, it's hard to follow this action. There is a lot of contact, and I think there is maybe some damage as well out there. But Touge getting off their grid start up to P1, but yeah, this is hard to follow. A few guys losing out. Justin is one of them. His race goes from worst to worst, but we are only on lap 1, so he may be able to recover from this. Oh,
yeah, boost it up.
Oh, sorry,
yeah.
Justin and who was that? Larson came together. Larson looked like he had a bit of desync coming out of the final corner, and Justin tags him and spins him around. So further woes for Justin as Crystal is in the pits. I think he was the guy that picked up from wing damage in that lap 1 incident.
Skip Tony had a bit of an issue the last corner there, went off track, took out a one of those advertisement boards, so he's gonna not too far off. He can maybe push up and catch up with these guys, but yeah, he's dropping back. But yeah, Chief, this is what you love about these full grids. What's this Fox and Eagle Ghost getting side by side? Fox is really getting into the wars already in lap 2. And Eagle Ghost does not yield that easily. He will fight it, so I'll keep an eye on this. Fox might have a wee look. No, he's not. He's going to play it safe. And usually when you're in Brazil like this and they're all following closely behind each other, you know, sometimes it's just best just to follow until you start seeing something happen and getting a gap, because if you start forcing it, it's not that easy of a place to overtake other than, you know, the DRS. You have to have full trust in your fellow drivers. And yeah, we're seeing incidents early on, Chief, but this front pack all starting to settle down a little bit. Mac, oh look at this, Chief, we've got Mac and Meepo within vicinity of each other, and these guys have been running into each other recently. I think twice this season already, once in Silverstone, and I can't remember where the other one was. So yeah, but they will most likely not be pushing anything yet. Meepo, we do know, likes to get a move on. He's a bit like Max Verstappen in that aspect. He doesn't like to wait for no one, he just likes to get on with it. So we'll see how he gets on. But Chief, what about Justin, man? Way back down in P13.
Yeah, he managed to pick up a spot there on the start-finish straight. Using a bit of ERS, he is down to 43, and I guess that's what you have to do whenever you have that kind of start. He's basically put himself in a, you know, the typical position we see Danny Co in. You know, he starts, basically has a bit of a nightmare start or a bad quali and starts at the back of the field. So Justin's going to have to pull something special out of the hat here today to do some damage limitation. Not the way he wanted to start this race, but it's all about how you finish. So we'll keep an eye on him as he is eyeing up another spot as he's trailing Joel for the final corner. Looks like he should get this done on the start-finish straight.
Also looking at everyone's ERS, and you can see here perfectly what I was saying. Naiku is out of the ERS. He has nothing to defend with. Granted, Crowley is on softs, but look at that. You've nothing to defend with, although Naiku is defending everything with his car. But he's going to have to yield that eventually, because Crowley on fresh softs and battery and DRS, there's nothing he can do about that. He's just going to have to let that go and try and conserve your battery, because look at that. He's got no battery worth speaking of in lap 4. It's just like in Tier 3.
Yeah, just in the background as well, making up another spot there on Icewind this time. So he's up to P11 in touching distance of points, which is crucial. Touge in the lead though, has has broken that DRS range, 1.3, but I mean, it may look good right now, but he's on 3 lap old softs. They are going to fall off fairly soon, and the guys behind know that, so they're not going to be too worried about him building up that small gap. And yeah, Tenari effectively leading this race if you play it out, but you just don't know. Safety car could come at any time, and that could pay off for Touge.
Lepson saying that he really doesn't like people who use their full battery. Well, I'm sure they're lovely people. There's no question about their character. It's more about the logic. It doesn't make sense. Like Tony here is far back. He was 4 seconds back, and he's 2% battery. Now, obviously, he's been deploying to catch up, but now he's not going to catch up. He's got nothing, and boosted 41 on DRS. He's just going to keep drifting away. So it's getting to even far better, just conserving his battery as best he could, and just hanging on. But now he's got nothing. So it doesn't make sense using it. But anyway.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm looking at this race. There's a lot of overtakes going on just throughout the field. Crawley's got overtaken there by Eagle Go, so maybe those softs are starting to fall out of their prime.
Oh, move up ahead, Chief. What's this? This is Justin going for a move up the inside of Naiku. Naiku is going to hang on with this. He's not going to yield easy. Oh my goodness, something's going to have to get, and he does indeed lift a bit early, and let's Justin go, but concedes the position. But further back with the Icewind, who's that? Something, Icewind? Icewind had a bit of an incident there. I know he was close to Fox. Meepo is getting passed by McKender. Our Gamer and Tunaman are changing positions as well. It's all happening now. Crawley getting past Eagle. It's all happening now, Chief. These moves are happening. Of course, DRS moves, and as well as tire moves. Eversnack's getting past Naiku. Naiku is off. Naiku is off track. Rejoins across the track onto the other side of the track.
Yeah, this is hard to keep up with. Look, Justin picking up another position up to P7, so he's knifing his way through the field on these mediums. Now passing Crawley on those softs. So, yeah, I mean, Touge is doing okay on those softs, but it looks like Crawley's starting to struggle a little bit out there.
I think there was almost an instant there between Boosted and Antab. I think maybe Antab braked, believe it or not, a bit early for Boosted, and it looked like Boosted didn't run into the back of him. Chris does a retire. We get a yellow. Is it a safety car?
Oh, that's in the pits. That's okay.
It's in the pits, so we're safe. We're safe. Oh my goodness, this is exactly what we want. This kind of racing, so much to keep up with. This field here between Noah, Justin is really on the charge to catch up with this field. He doesn't have the DRS, of course. He's got a good bit of battery though. Crawley will have the DRS, will he? Yes, he will. But yeah, what's going on ahead here now? Meepo, is got the DRS, not attacking McKender. But these guys are very close. And Tudge up ahead here, 1 minute. My goodness, 1 second, 1.7 seconds ahead. That will start to drop as these softs drop off.
Someone in the pits, Naikai. Oh yeah, 5 second penalty. Oh my word, Fox almost. Who was that just came out of the pits there? That was Crystal's car. It was thankfully ghosted because there was too wide heading down that straight, and he had to drive through Crystal's car there. That gave me a bit of a flutter of the heart.
Fox keeps flipping up on my screen, Chief. There's moves and stuff happening, and it's a lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of big contact, but a lot of nudges and touches. So I don't know if anyone's going to get fed. Who's that up ahead? Someone running way off track. Who is that? Who's that? That was Justin. Justin really nearly lost it there.
Oh
my goodness. Justin is really pushing here to try and catch up, and he's almost risking his own race. He's very low in battery as well. I think Crawley's now going to start attacking him. He's got a good bit of battery, good job, and he's got the DRS. Crawley is actually going to genuinely compete against Justin here. Of course, he is on those 6-lap softs. Yeah, man, Justin's not enjoying this at all. He didn't get a good quali in. He knows that himself. But yeah, this is not the race he would have liked.
Yeah.
Getting tagged out. Oh, and Eagles off. Lost it on the traction.
Oh dear. So another car off. This. Yeah.
Joel's going to challenge Tilda here. Sorry, Chief Joel. Having a look on Tilda taking the racing line, and Joel is going to go side by side, and yeah, they do a little bit of touching, and he gets past nicely, and Larson will be up next.
Hard to keep up with this action. My fingers are doing overtime on this keyboard with these hotkeys, trying to manage the camera. So,
Fox!
Here we go.
Fox taps the back of Crawley, and he almost loses it out himself, so that drops him away from Crawley. Fox getting up close and personal today with these drivers. Of course, Snacks now is within the DRS range of Fox. Don't use your battery, Snacks. If you're listening, you don't have enough, just use the DRS. You don't have to pass them this time. Use the DRS. Don't use your battery. Don't use your battery. Don't use your battery. Good man. Don't use your battery. Don't use your battery. He doesn't look even better. Fox is out of battery, so don't use it. Just use your DRS. Sorry, I'm almost coaching him here.
Perfect for yeah, perfectly played by Eversnacks. X Crystals leads the session, so he's our first driver who is DNF'd. Tenari is on the back of Touge, so yeah, 8 lap softs, not feeling the greatest, and you can see that as he went through turn 4 there, looked a bit tentative on the throttle, and Tenari, I think he's going to have to sit behind him for one more lap, but it might be the start finish where he gets his move done for the lead of the race.
Yeah, Tilda did indeed lose out to that position, as I was kind of anticipating, Chief, to Larson, as these hards are starting to come alive. And Boosted also getting racy. He got past and Tab. So Boosted's doing well here. He's up to from last basically to P5, so doing pretty good so far. Do you know, Chief? Oh, he's out of my head. That was Joel. Joel nearly sin-binned there. And that's going to put him under a huge amount of pressure with Larson, so be keeping an eye on that in the DRS. Up ahead!
Yeah, it's Tenari going to go for the move, but our gamer as well, as it got a lot of ERS in the bank, and he's going to follow Tenari through, it looks like. Yeah, he's going to go down the inside. Is it the inside? Yep, that was the inside for our gamer. Outside, then inside, sorry. And he takes P2, so Touge is falling down the order. And he's going to, yeah, he's in the inside, he's looking like he might do it, but he's got no ERS and he's lacking a bit of grip, so our gamer able to get that and maintain that position around the outside. Now McKender is on the back of Touge, and it looks like he's going to have to wait as they make their way through the infield. I'm seeing a move back there, Joel getting passed by Larson, so lots of battling.
Oh no!
What's happening?
Meeple gets shunted from the back there. I think that might have been Noah. And he almost took out Meeple. Meeple hung on there nicely. And this is getting really racy here. It's Tudge who is the roadblock, so to speak. He's the obstacle for these guys on these better tyre compounds now with these in the lap 10. And they are almost tripping over each other trying to pass him. Which to some degree is almost music to Justin's ears, but he's still quite a far bit back. Mac will definitely be looking to try and get past Tudge here, because this is just costing Mac. Mac using everything he's got in the battery to get past. He knows it's paramount. He passes Tudge, and he does get in past him. Meeple will now be looking, but of course Tudge is going to have the battery, the DRS. Oh, Meeple!
Oh, Meeple! Back end! Oh, my word!
Curb, man.
How did he
you
save
do
that?
not want to ride that curb. Sorry, Chief. You do not want to ride that too much of that curb, and I think that just caught him out. He managed to keep it on track. He's still alive. He's damaged, but still alive, so he's still in the race. As his dad did tell him, try to keep it on track.
Yeah, and I'm just looking at McKender here. McKender got overtaken by Touge in an unusual spot, so McKender's had an issue somewhere and is now back behind Touge in the infield again. But yeah, how the hell did Meepo save that? He is 2.6 behind, so it has cost him big time. And that is a nicely timed comment from Jan. Maybe that is a curse in the stream chat from him. So Meepo has got work cut out for him, and now he's got Justin behind him, so this might incentivize Justin, because I was just thinking about Justin as well. He's on medium tires, so he will switch to most likely to hards for the final phase of the race, and that's going to compromise him, because everybody ahead is going to be able to switch on to the softer tire compound of medium or softs.
But Chief, always remember, safety cars is definitely a possibility here in Brazil, considering that we do have some, let's say, accident-prone drivers on track. This could still change up as well. So far, so good, you know, for everyone else. Gamer takes the lead of the Tier 1 race, as we know he is capable of doing, and he takes the lead from Tunaman, a Tier 1 race winner. And our Gamer, a little bit of a weave there. I think that's almost a thanking him that Tunaman didn't fight him. I think that makes sense, though, because, as you know yourselves, Chief, you and me raced here, almost teammates, and we were kind of milking each other's DRS. Remember that? So we could save up the battery.
Yeah.
And maybe that was in the Formula 2 format, maybe.
Yeah, I think, you know, that's key, isn't it? If you are able to work with someone, it can, you know, you can gain time on the guys behind. So It depends if the other guy's going to cooperate or not, though. Sometimes that isn't the case, but it can definitely benefit you if you work together with your opponent. And I'm just looking here as well. Our gamer in the lead, but is now no more. Tenari takes that back, and we may see this every lap from this point onwards. Are we swapping off the lead position? So these guys they've got the memo. They know they don't want to fight each other. They just want to use this phase to manage their ERS and just maintain this pace and see if they can break from the guys behind. Touge is doing a good job here. He's still in P3. We thought he was going to slide down the order, but on these quite old softs, keeping up with these hard runners who starting to come into their prime really around now.
Yeah, as you say, I think our gamer and Tuna will probably keep switching around until the pits. Again, yes, to echo what you said, Tudge is doing a great job here. And who's that? Lepson in the chat asking about that milking comment. Yes, I will milk you dry if I get the chance. Oh, yellow! We got a yellow. What's going on here?
Yes,
I did mention safety car.
Yeah, Joel has had an off. Looks like in Sector 2, yeah, he's had to cut the track quite significantly, and that's put him down to P17. So Will's looking pretty good there. But Boosted and Antab are having a nice wee ding dong, and at the back of the field here, P14 is up for grabs. We've got Justin as well, getting past Meepo, so he's been able to close that gap to Meepo, which is interesting.
Meepo will pass him again here, Chief, I think, because he's got lots of battery over Justin.
So that mistake of Meepo a couple of laps ago is costing big time as our gamer gets passed by Tenari, and these guys are running a front nose to back wing. This is tight. This is very tight.
Of course, remember, Chief, Tunaman, wasn't he a Tier 2 champion? Am I right in saying that?
Yep, that was right, yeah.
Well, you've got the Tier 2 champion now in Tier 1 up against a possible Tier 2 champion. I think he's definitely good for it, is Gamer. I think he can win it. So we could have two Tier 2 champions going off at each other here, and you can see how pretty well balanced they are as well. We've had people in chat recently say, oh, it's not balanced. It's very balanced. It's one of the most balanced freaking leagues I've seen. Anyway, that's my little rant.
Yeah, but Tenari, when he won that championship, his main opponent, I believe, was our gamer. So this is fitting as our gamer, as I say that, takes the lead of this race. So these guys are fierce opponents, but at the minute they're working together just to try to edge out the guys behind. I mean, I am super shocked that Touge is still maintaining this DRS range to the lead guys and holding off the likes of McKender and Noah on these better tires. And yeah, we're going to start seeing pit stops coming up. I would say for the medium guys, soft guys definitely, I think they should have pitted already, but I mean, if you're getting DRS off the front two guys, like, there's not really a reason to pit. They haven't quite fallen off the cliff, it appears. So yeah, he's milking it for all it's worth.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just as you said, the DRS, he's just vibing here. But see, Mac, I think he's been just trying to recharge again. He had quite a low battery on that fight, and the only saving is someone off.
Oh, that's Antab, yeah. Antab is off.
Antab, yeah. So their battle has come to an end between him and Boosted. Antab, a very accomplished AOE Age of Empires gamer. Never play him, he will destroy you.
Yeah, it doesn't translate well to F1 apparently.
Yeah, no. It's a different kind of skill. A completely different kind of skill indeed. I tell you what, Mac's probably thinking, now I'm only going to try and guess here, but he's probably thinking, do you know what, I can see P1 and P2. You know, they're right in front of me. I don't really need to push. Tudge's doing a good job to keep up. So why don't you just sit here and wait and see what happens? That's a possible strat he might be doing.
Tenari, who was that? It was our gamer, made a mistake out of turn 4. His exit was compromised. And I'm starting to see these guys fighting a bit more. They're swapping position, not just in the start-finish straight, but also in that second DRS straight down to turn 4. So it's starting to heat up as we head towards the pit window. And I think it's going to be key who can get in the pits and come out in P1. And yeah, a lot of calculations going on in those driver helmets right now.
I mean, this is what we love to see, isn't it, Chief? I mean, we would like to see this kind of action, on-track action. You know, getting RG bargy all within the limits. This is exactly what we were looking for. He missed out on it last week. Here comes Mac, going to make the move now on Taj, and I think that might be it done now, because Mac will, of course, have... oh no, Mac! Oh my goodness, I nearly scotted him there. I think he nearly caught the back. Oh, Taj nearly caught the back of our gamer, and he nearly lost the Taj now, getting a tank slapper, and he loses out to Noah. So Brazil is just so slippy, man.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it's so easy to make a mistake. We've seen a few top of the drivers do it. Meepo, McKender as well, having a bit of a struggle on certain exits. But yeah, you're trying to milk the most out of the car, but at the same time, it's a knife edge. I mean, if you go slightly over the limit, the back end is going to get loose and you might find yourself in the wall. But so far so good for these top guys. Justin as well, looking pretty decent for him. He's managed to get that gap to the lead pack down to 1.5, and that might be indicating that, yeah, the front two guys are not so much working together. It's starting to cost them a bit, all this battling, because yeah, Justin really is catching big time here.
Yeah, I think in the first few laps that might have been doing that, but now it's game on, man. It's like, no, we're fighting for this to win, and I would like to see Gamer win it, because I think he's good for it.
Yeah, and I thought Tooch would have pitted this lap. You saw how much he struggled on the exit of turn 2 there, so he is the first guy of the front guys to pit, and I imagine he's going to go for maybe mediums. Yeah, looks like it. Mediums are the choice of the day for Tooch, who comes out. Looks like he's going to come out. Let's see, maybe P11 actually, maybe P12. Yeah, I think P11 for him. Yep.
Tuneman had a lot of closing speed there, of course, with the DRS, but it's opted not to pass. Ooh! You know what? These guys are going to get caught out in these braking zones, these really slow points. They're running very, very close, and of course, with 17-lap-old tyres now, Joel retired. Joel has retired. I think it's in the pits, so no safety car. We're getting away with this so far, no safety cars. But yeah, the exits here in Brazil, as we said, are notoriously slippy, especially when you've got such old tyres. And so this is where there could be a little bit of trip-ups. And our gamer is doing a good job. Hopefully he doesn't, if he's listening, make sure to slow down in the pits. That has costed him in the past. But not today so far. Everything kept on track and clean. Joel Lefty leaving this session. He's retired in the pits. Yeah, man, this battle up at the front is like, it is raging on. And I think Tuner might just leave it be. He's got almost a full battery. Doesn't need to risk it just yet. Doesn't need to risk it for the biscuit. Mac and his teammate for today, Noah, keeping a watching brief. Further back here, Tudge and Crawley. So Crawley's nothing he can do with that. I think he's just going to get out of that one, because yeah, he can't fight that. Tudge on fresh mediums, and likely he doesn't want to get involved in any shenanigans. Such a great word, that, shenanigans. Yeah, Chief, I would expect to see these guys coming to the pit soon.
Yeah, I think so. It's a case of who's bravest, who's going to make that call first. Obviously, you want to be on the fresher tire, so if you can leave it a bit longer, it might benefit you in the long run. But yeah, the undercut is always, and our gamer showing his nose into the pits there. But yeah, no one's falling for that one right now. Everyone's staying out. I think there is a chance these front guys might think about going to sauce. Oh, our gamer! Oh my God, our gamer. That is terrible.
That's it. Junior's going to pass him now. That's it. Junior's going to yeet past. So I spoke too soon. I said, so far, I said he kind of gets himself a wee issue or a penalty. And that's what he's done. But it doesn't mean the other guys won't do it. Brazil is a tricky track to avoid them. So, and look, he's not the only one. There's a few guys already have got the time penalties. But I would expect now you'll probably see Gamer coming in.
Yeah, he's going to have to try something different here, isn't he? That 3 second will be huge. And Tab gets a 5 second speeding penalty at the back of the grid there, so that's not good for him. Yeah, quite a lot of penalties now showing beside drivers' names there. It is a track. It is so hard. Like we mentioned it before, it's a knife edge really you're driving around on, and it's so easy just to run wide on an exit or just cut the corner a bit too much and get a bit too greedy. Our gamer paying the price, and we'll see how that affects his final position as we we get to the end of the race. But right now, he's just got to keep his head in the game. You never know what might happen. Others around him might pick up penalties as well.
Justin's really starting to struggle, Chief, on those 20-lap mediums. I think he needs to just call it quits and come into the pits. And I didn't intend for that to rhyme, but alas, it is what it is. Yeah, because he's driving off here. Those rears look terrible on the exits. No battery. He might just have to just come in because, yeah, this is just he's going to end up getting, spinning and dropping further back, and he needs as many points as he can get today.
Yeah, it might be tempting to try to run a bit longer to go for the sauce, but I think if you're struggling at this point, you're going to need to do another like 5 laps possibly to get to the sauce, so it might not be worth it for Justin. It might be best just committing to the hards, but we'll know soon because we're coming up to the pit entry. And he seems to be doing okay to stay ahead of Meepo, which I wonder if that indicates, is Meepo got damage or something? Because he has fallen off the pace since that incident. Maybe that just dented his confidence a little bit. Let's see if Justin goes into the pits. Justin is in the pits, so he is going to go for hards, I would imagine.
Yeah, I would say so. And Noah also into the pits as well, Chief. So we can expect McKender in next lap. And yeah, we will see Tuna and our gamer. I would imagine they might actually come in at the same time.
Oh my word, Justin put softs on, Bob. This is huge. This is a risk. It is high risk. Is it going to be high reward for Justin? I don't know how those tires are going to be at the end of the race. I think it just indicates Justin's mindset. He just wants as many points as possible, and he's willing to risk it all.
That's just like an out and out, I'm here to race, and I want the best compound I can get. Now, what's that? 22, 32, that's going to be 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's only 14 lap old softs. Well, they might just make it, but then again, you could also be factoring in, hey, what am I going to lose? There might even be a safety car, so we will see. Well, we're going to see a very fast Justin for the next 10 laps or so.
Yeah, he will be praying for a safety car. A safety car would absolutely save his bacon. As Tenari comes in the pits, our gamer stays out. McKender also staying out. Meepo joining Tenari in the... Oh! Meepo's woes further. 5-second speeding penalty. I think since that incident, his mind is just... yeah, he's lost focus, and he's starting to struggle here in this late phase of the race.
Justin making short work of Crawley there on those fresh softs. Although Crawley's not going to fight up. Meepo as well. Is he retired? Really?
Oh.
I might think that's a bit of a bug for me because it's not showing Meepo on track. It shows him walking literally. No, there we go. He's back to that. What the hell was that? That was a strange bug.
Weird.
But he gets.
Oh! Look at this, Tenari. And who is this battling? It's Tenari and who's that?
Justin.
Oh my word, Justin. Yeah, so Justin. That undercut almost paid off for him, and he's on the better tire. He's going down the outside. Oh my god, he's risking it all for what? Yeah, he can't. I guess he can't afford to get stuck behind Tenari on those medium tires. Justin on the best tire right now, and yeah, I think he needed that. Then he has McKender pits. Our gamer stays out though. Our gamer going for the softs, it seems. McKender, he is going for. Let's see, it looks like mediums for McKender, and we'll see where he comes out. I guess it's going to be behind Tenari and Justin. The overcut not working out just there, and you see Justin, yeah, he didn't want Tenari holding him up because look at the pace he has in the car, setting the fastest lap of the race on those softs. And yeah, this race isn't over. We've got a lot of different strategies playing out here.
Yeah, far from it, man. The only thing is, and I know I have been talking a lot about it today, but he has drained quite a lot of battery to get up to that, and now he's going to have to start conserving a little bit, I would imagine. And our gamer's still out, so he's definitely going for the hard-soft strat, which actually might put him in pretty good stead, Tudge on these 6-lap mediums is well positioned as well. So yeah, Chief, we still have, 12 laps to go, and I think we've still got quite a bit of racing to see.
Yeah, so that really worked out for Justin. Yeah, I mean, it's whether an argument does pit there, but yet Justin, I guess it is what I just said, high risk and possibly high reward, but It's going to be very interesting as we get to the latter part of the race, the final laps of the race. I think Justin's bid right now is to just absolutely floor it, but look at those times coming in. You got Meepo with the fastest lap, but also Tenari just before that. So everybody has got their tires up to speed, and it looks like the mediums are already matching the pace of these softs, so that might indicate this was a wrong call for Justin, but still a lot of points on the table. He just has to keep his head in the game and just keep drilling those laps and hoping the softs hold on to the end of the race.
Yeah, Gamer sticks on the mediums as well, Chief. So that hard soft prediction was wrong. He's called us out. Called me out, sorry. Let's see, I don't know. What?
I think maybe, yeah, the mediums are the best call. I mean, the softs obviously have that initial kind of boost and give you a bit of a confidence lift, but after 3 or 4 laps, you're going to start questioning your life choices, aren't you?
Yeah.
You know, like ideally, if it is a last, couple of laps shootout under safety car, yeah, you want to be on softs, but apart from that, they do tend to fall off pretty easy as Tenari gets the move done on Justin, and that kind of just indicates exactly what we're saying. These softs were not the right call, it seems, and Justin's going to come under a lot of pressure from the drivers behind. You've got the 2 McLarens, you've also got Meepo behind there, our Gamer on the fresh mediums, and he is just outside of DRS range, but yeah, Tenari is looking good. Touge in the lead, but on significantly older tires, so we'll keep an eye on that 4.5 gap from Tenari to Touge. But Touge could potentially win here if the guys behind start fighting hard.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like I said, he's in a good spot here. Obviously, he does have that tire lap disadvantage, but we see McCauley did as well in the here Brazil on the hard. So, who says Tudge can't do it either? Noah is right on the back here of Justin. I think you might be right, Chief. I think those softs, good call for maybe the first 2 laps or so. But then the mediums start to match them, although Justin is taking off here on the exit. And then just as long as this goes on, the advantage gets switched over to these soft guys. Justin, no, he might have a bit of a look here on Tuna, but Justin doesn't really have much battery left in it. 20% versus Tuna's got 45. So yeah, might see a bit of a lunge here, but it would be very late and opportunistic. No, he's not going to do it. So yeah, something's going to give here between Tuna and Mac for sure. And I think where you're likely to see it will be Justin maybe making a move. He has to do something. Because he can't sit here. He's just not going anywhere if he sits here. These softs are going to deplete quicker. And he will probably be praying for a safety car now. But so far, everyone has been behaving. And we have Wimpy in chat, Chief. Look at that. We have the Wimpster himself. He says, yo, how are my SLR people doing? We are doing great, Wimps. Be great to hear you again, man, on the VC. But yeah, Justin here on these 5-lap mediums, or softs, Chief. Don't know. Interesting to see how he fares as this race unfolds, but he might have a bit of a look here at Tuna Man. And I think Tuna Man is he's not going to do anything about it. He's not going to fight it. I think he kind of knows that he's got him. Tuna might have the advantage here overall. So yeah, a long to go now, Chief.
Yeah, and Wimpy joining just at the right time. This is about to kick off. Usually we get fireworks for the finale of Tier 1 races, and this one is going to be no exception. You got, what is that, like, it's 5 guys really vying for the lead. There's a couple of other guys there.
Oh.
Ooh, what's happening? Yeah, he's struggling big time today, isn't he? He's off track once again, and I've got a move in the midfield. It looks like Eagle Goes getting past Tilda on those old hards, so there is battling still happening throughout this grid. But Justin up to P2, and I guess that really helps Touge a lot. Touge is thinking that if those guys behind are fighting, I have a chance here. The gap is down to 2.2, and it was 4.5 about 2 laps ago, so we'll keep an eye on that as this race progresses. We are heading into the final 6 laps of the race as Tenari is going for a move, and we've got, who else is that? Tenari, and there was a move behind as well. Was that Noah on McKender?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
No, I think Mac was already behind him, was he not?
yeah.
Oh, here comes Justin again. See if he's going to have another go at this, is he? No. No. So as you said, Chief, this is just playing into the hands of Tudge. He's just comfortably sitting 2 seconds ahead. These guys are defending against each other, using up their battery. Tudge is just sitting there vibing, so it's pretty good, man.
Yeah, it's looking good, but at the same time, that gap is creeping down. You can see it every corner. It's down by a tenth, now down to 1.7. Once they get within DRS range, that might indicate it's all over for Touge, because he is going to be on the oldest tire of these guys, apart from the soft runners, of course. But their tires are starting to get to the end as well. I mean, it's like lap 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to get to, 14 laps on softs, and that is not looking very promising for the soft runners right now, so we may see them drop out of the order. But Touge, Tanari, Noah, McKenna, all in prime spots here to take this win, and Justin having to do a bit of defending there on Noah, who's looking very, very tight into turn 1, but maintains the position for now. And Tanari within 1.1 of Touge, so yeah, the DRS trains are coming to Touge, unfortunately for you, mate.
Yeah, I'm just enjoying reading the chat here. Delta says that he's changed his mind, that Tudge wins this, and then Lepson's, nah. You sure? Yeah. Okay.
I know Delta's here supporting Eversnacks, and Eversnacks in P10 right now, and a lot of guys ahead of him have penalties, so looking pretty good for the Tier 3 driver.
Yeah, I think Snacks will be pretty satisfied with this. He was obviously quite frustrated yesterday with as he saw it, the caliber of the drivers, but you'll always get good races here in Tier 1, even though we do have quite a mixed field. This is pretty good, pretty respectful, but yeah, whether Tudge wins this or not, I don't know. I kind of agree with Lepson. I don't think Tudge will get this. I think it's Tunaman is really looking like the main contender to get this.
Yeah, fresher tires is huge in this game, as McKenna picks up P4 from his teammate, and Tanari holding back for now. He's not one to use any ERS at this stage, and happy enough just to follow Touge. It looks like he might go for the move now though, down to DRS straight, and makes it look easy.
Yeah, our gamer also got past Noah as well, Chief, splitting the McLarens. A nice little move. He was forcing that move, making sure that he got it done. Obviously he does have that 3-second time penalty, but he will want to finish on track as high as he can. And then this is like really put Justin into a real pickle here, because you know he has to get past Tudge, but he's got ever aging softs, and you can't really send it as much. Ooh, just misses the back end. Look at how close these guys are. Mac is definitely lining up Justin. Justin on 6% battery. Mac almost on what's that full? Not quite full, just over half full battery. So what's this? Lepson saying he's voting for Mac to win this. I don't know. I think Tunaman is in the best position, although Mac is now having a look here at Justin. Justin might get boxed in. Justin is indeed getting boxed in. Oh, you never seen that one coming. He's getting boxed in, and he's going side by side now, Mac. And who's that? Tudge? No, who was that? That was Mac and Tudge. And then Justin is now being able to capitalise this, but look at the over speed that Mac has on those fresher softs or mediums, able to hold on, but now he's out of battery. Look at that, he deployed everything to hold on to that P3, sorry. And now a gamer is now knocking on the door here of Justin and P4. So yeah, man, this is only a few more laps to go. Lots of things up for grabs. Those time penalties will play a factor for gamer, as he knows. But yeah, man, it's this battle here between Tuna, Tudge, Mac and Justin is the real one. Something's going to give. Mac is literally pushing Tudge around some of these corners. Tudge on 14 lap old mediums. He done a good job to hold off Mac in the previous stint, and he's probably doing a pretty good job here for Tuna as well. And I do think if there's not any mistakes or any safety cars from now on, I think Tuna's got this.
Yeah, I mean McKenna has come alive there, and I think he recognised that Touge on the older tires might well drop out. Oh, is our gamer going down the inside? Yeah. Oh my god, our gamer losing out. He's off track, and he's down to P7, so that did not pay off for him. That was a risky move there from him. and he was sent wide. But yeah, I was just saying, McKender, he just came alive there, didn't he? And I think he recognised that Touge on the older tyres might fall off Tenari, and that would scupper his chances of winning this race. So McKender is in to win today, and Tenari looking good for the win. But McKender, you can't count him out, Bob. We know this, don't we?
Oh, definitely a 3-time champ. We're not glazing him, as Meepo says, but he is like a 3-time Tier 1 champ. And he won at a time when it was very, very competitive. What's that?
Oh my God, Tenari. He's ghosted. What has happened there? I didn't catch up. I just saw him ghosting backwards, and then oh my word.
I seen that too. His car just lagged back, and now he goes from P1, probably winning it, to P6.
Oh my God, that is horrendous.
Lepson might actually have nailed this and go, or I don't know, I'm losing my words here, kind of jinx this, and Mac might well indeed win this race now, because he's got 6-lap fresher tyres. He's going to have the DRS, and he'll probably just sit here now. Justin's in a good position as well. Oh, Justin and Meepo fighting, Chief. Justin and Meepo, I've seen the hand of Justin's driver going up like, what the hell? Fox. No, not Tudge. Does lose out. Mac takes the race lead. Our gamer up to still in the pits. Yeah, sorry. I'm losing the train of thought here because there's so much happening. Tuna Man back up to P5. That's so cruel way to lose this race.
Yeah, look at the top 6, Bob, as well. ERS all down to like between 10 and 20%. So these guys are going to have to do it on skill alone. They're not going to be able to rely on an ERS boost for most of this, most of these last runs. 2 laps remaining as they are about to cross the line. This is spicing up nicely, and McKender is looking in prime position to win this one.
Imagine, Chief, now you had a bit of battery left over, how valuable it would be right now. Justin pushing, draining his battery to zero. To try and pass Tudge, and Tudge, nope, not able to do it. Oh, he's even having a look up the inside. Oh my goodness, that was as close as you want to get before spinning someone. This is really heating up now. Justin is in P3. These are still good points, considering he had a compromised quali. He might not want to risk this too much, although he will have a charging Meepo who does have a time penalty. So Justin will be obviously looking for the race win. And here we go. He's up again the back of Tudge as well. Tudge really struggling. P2 is definitely up for grabs here for Justin. Excuse me, I don't think P1 I don't think he can get P1. He doesn't have enough battery or tires.
Oh, Tenari's off again! And I think that might have been his own doing. I don't think he was that close to any cars. He's down to P6, so yeah, that desyncs really unsettled him. But yeah, this is it, Bob. We're about to head onto the last lap of the race. Who is going to win this one? It looks like McKender's got it sewn up, but anything can happen. Within DRS, and we've got a DRS train all the way down to P5.
Lepson said there earlier in the chat, he goes, I'm voting for Mac to win this, and then suddenly Tuna Man disconnects. I think Lepson is meddling with the admin controls here, but it is definitely a good bit of luck here for Mac, because it was looking like it was going to be Tudge to win this. Now it's all about Justin. What can he do? Can he navigate this Aston? This Aston, of course, was previously a teammate of McKender's. I think Tudge Kenner probably knows that he's not got enough in him, in the tank or in that rubber, to take off McKender. Although in saying that, McKender has 3%. None of these guys have any battery worth talking about. So it's all, as you said, Chief, on track skill. And the only other chance Justin has here is up this hill. Will he go for a little send up the inside? Will he going to go for it? Well, no, he's not. He's backing out of it. There are yellows. Someone is off further back. Will not go with that, because there's one more corner to go here for Justin if he's going to make anything happen. Not really able to do anything there. Yeah, Tudge has done a great job. Tudge has been phenomenal for me, I think, in this race. Done such a solid job. Mac depletes everything he's got left. The DRS will be open for Justin. Not much worth, really. Mac takes the race win here for McLaren. Might not be down here, but his teammate also takes the race win for valuable points for McLaren. Tudge P2, I think potentially driver of the day for me. Fantastic performance. Justin recovers up to P3 on 15-lap old softs, and then Chief fourth for Noah, Meepo fifth. Tuna Man managing to stick it in P6. Ferrari also in P7. Snacks jumps up to P8
And you know,
for Snacks.
yeah, I just checked there. Fox ran out of fuel on the line. He would have been P7, it looked like, and drops down the order. So Eversnacks P8, great result from him. Our gamer, oh, that one's gonna hurt. P10 does get a point for his efforts, but yeah, that time penalty really cost him. And then yeah, he had that incident in the later phases of the race. Crawley just missing out on points today. P11.
Boosted about to cross the line as a reserve in Tier 1, a late addition to the reserves, and he takes P16 from last, which is a pretty good result from Boosted, respectively. But what a race, man. Mac, nowhere, I wouldn't say nowhere in quality, he stuck one lap in and then he fired out. And there he is, takes the race win, and as everyone, we always said, if anyone can find a way, McKendrick can find a way.
Yep. Exactly, and I mean, you know, as Danny Coe's teammate, Danny Coe not being here today, that's the result you want. You want to finish P1 to not allow Justin the maximum points here, but Justin made it hard for himself today, it has to be said. Had several issues throughout the race and qualifying. So to get on the podium in the end there was quite the feat, especially in those old sauce. Didn't fall off quite like we expected, but yep, he just kept in the DRS train and was able to hold off those around him who were fighting hard for that final podium spot. So there you go, Mikander, Touge finish P1 and P2, but Justin splitting the fins, P3 for him. And then Noah, Tenari, Meepo, Icewind. Icewind with a P7 today, not bad for a last minute jump into the race efforts. P8 for Eversnacks, Fox P9, and then Argamer P10 was the fastest lap of the race. And there you go, that is another race in the bag. That's round 8, so not long to go to the end of the season. Few races, actually Monaco's next week, I just remembered. Oh dear.
I like Monaco, but it's you usually find people just don't show up for it, which is a pity because it's such a great track. You don't race the track, obviously, you race people, you race the track, a bit like Singapore. So yeah, but are we going to get some interviews?
Hopefully, yeah. We know the Tier 1 guys can be a bit shy, but I'm thinking we'd like to speak to Tenari. He might not want to speak to us, though, after how that race ended. Let's see. Yeah, we've got Tenari. Let's bring him in. Tenari, welcome to the commentator booth. Not how you wanted that race to go. Tell us, and it seemed to fall apart whenever you had that issue. We picked it up on stream. You were ghosting, so I don't know if it was desync or lag. What was it from your end?
Yeah, it was going pretty nicely, but Windows sent me back to the desktop because of
no.
it's like some security software update,
Yeah.
or like that kind of pop-up notification, so that sent me back to the desktop, and that's why it sent me, or that's why the AI was driving, and yeah,
Oh my
lost all
god.
the positions for that, yeah.
Yeah, you lost out big time because I think you were down to P6 then once you were able to get into get into the race again, and then something else happened.
Yeah, I was trying to get as close as possible to Meepo, to the tight right-hander, so I could maybe overtake him, but then I hit a curb on the inside, and that spun me kind of, so yeah. But it didn't make a big difference anyway. It was gonna be P4 at best in any case there, so yeah.
Yeah, well, there's some guys in chat actually thought you were going to take that win until those issues presented themselves. So it's going to be another case of we will never know. But I mean, you must have been feeling pretty good. You got pulled today, yeah, and
Yeah, somehow, yeah.
looking pretty pacey. I saw your race yesterday as well. You didn't do too bad there. I think it was Monaco, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was Monaco, yeah.
Getting your practice
I mean-
in for next week.
Yes, of course. How do you know? But yeah, I mean, the rest was looking pretty okay. I think I had more battery than Justin as well, and I was able to save it quite okay even in clean air, but I mean, obviously, no can do after I got sent to the desktop, but yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. I mean, so I have to say though, your performances this season have been pretty good. You got a race win, didn't you? Uh, you've got a bunch of podiums, and today potentially maybe a win. But your MP4 was what you were thinking would have been the final result for you, regardless of those issues. But I have to say, yeah, I'm enjoying the run you've had of late. Just
No, I mean, not regardless of the issues. Like, I mean, obviously, if I didn't get old tab, would have, I mean, most likely been better than P4. But after that, the maximum was P4 because I mean, I couldn't overtake anyone from the back of the train, and only a few guys had penalties. So yeah.
Yeah, and then you were on the mediums at the end. Justin went for sauce, which we were kind of questioning in the booth. We thought they were going to fall off at the end, but they seemed to hold on right to the end of the race. Were you surprised about that as well?
I mean, I guess kind of, but also it's a valid strategy as well. So I guess he can go for it. It's totally fine. But yeah, I mean, the softs didn't have amazing pace even at the beginning, so it wasn't that great. I think the softs, mediums were the better race style, I think. But I mean, still like softs are an okay tire for the race as well, I guess. So yeah.
Okay, well, we do have Monaco next week. You've had your practice running already, so you must be feeling like you might be able to get the win there.
No.
No?
Yeah, no, not at all. I suck at the track, even if I practice, so yeah.
Okay. So not feeling optimistic, but it is like one of those races where it does tend to be a bit chaotic and crazy. So who knows? Maybe another race win there. But yeah, I have to say, enjoying your form of late, and without any issues, it'd be great just to see where you would have finished today. But we appreciate you taking the time to join us in the booth. We'll certainly be speaking to you soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, thank you guys. Good night.
Good night. Cheers. We've got our gamer, Eversnacks, Icewind.
Whoever you wish, man.
Yeah, let's go by order of finish. So it would be Icewind, and it would be next. So yeah, hello Icewind. Thanks for joining us in the commentator booth. We're just talking then. You finished P7 in the end. It looked like you just joined the last moment. Was that the case?
Yes, I wasn't gonna drive, but then I saw Eversnax's message that he wanted me to drive with Alpha and Alpha with him. Unfortunately, Alpha was gone at that point, but I figured I'll just hop in drive. Literally no practice at all this time, so I did some laps on the softs in quali just to try and get in the rhythm. The hards at the start of the race were just horrendous for me, and it's obviously a skill issue, but I just kept locking the rears into turn one, and then what's his face turn, I can't remember what it is, like the one before the downhill left-hander at the near the end of the lap, like that right-hander at the top of the hill. I just kept locking the rears every time and sliding so much, and yeah, I dropped out of that DRS in the first stint, and then I was basically just driving 3 seconds behind Eversnacks for most of that stint. Tried a bit of an overcut, but then I just gave up on that idea because the hards were just horrendous. Pitted, so I was like 6 seconds behind Eversnacks. I figured let's just try and focus here and see if I can get him. Eventually caught him. Was a little bit worried if I can drop him out of DRS, which surprisingly I did. I figured he might be able to follow. But then Fox was ahead of me, and I again didn't get DRS because he was just out of that range for me. So I basically didn't really have DRS for more than 3 or 4 laps in the entire race.
Oh,
but then it looked like I'm gonna finish P9. But then I think AR Gamer had some sort of an issue at the front, and then Fox I think ran out of fuel in the last 2 or 3 laps, and I saw like I caught him like 3 seconds on the final 2 laps, and I was like, what's this about? But then I realized he must be out of fuel. So P7 is like absolutely the maximum for me today, because like there must have been like 10, 11, 12 faster guys than me on track today. But yeah, there were some issues for some guys who were a bit faster. So yeah, I'll take that any day.
Yeah, not a bad finish. Yeah. Yeah, we didn't really see much of you on stream, but yeah, the final
Um,
results don't lie. P7. So
yeah, I mean, there wasn't really much to see in my race. I was basically driving alone for most of it. So, and if you if you would inspected me in the first stint, I was like sideways in most corners because I was just struggling so hard on that setup. Um, Not really sure what I should have done like more on that because it felt like a little understeer into some corners and then again oversteer on the exit. So it was kind of, I can't make this work. Yeah, not obviously no real practice, so that didn't really help either. So. I think this was like the first Brazil race I did in 2 games because I don't think I did a Brazil race in the previous game either. Maybe I did one, but definitely not in this game before. So yeah, it's mm, P7. Yeah, I'll take it.
yep, you still got it, bro. Still got it. Whatever it is.
Yeah, it's like trailing 20 seconds to leaders, but
Yeah,
it
well,
is what it is.
yeah.
Those guys are so fast, man.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And who knows? With a bit of practice, man, you never know. Um,
I think maybe not that, but so I think even with practice, I would have been maximally like P7 or 8 because honestly, everybody that were ahead of me plus AR Gamer and I don't remember was there somebody else really fast that had a problem, but at least AR Gamer should have been ahead of me. Anyway, so yeah, that's completely maximized today.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah, well played. And we'll hopefully see you in Monaco. I know you love that track, man.
I unfortunately have to work next
Damn.
Friday evening, so I will miss that. I would have driven otherwise, but yeah, I have to work next weekend and on Friday also. So
Okay.
uh,
Well, I'm sure we'll see you soon back on track, hopefully. And yeah, great result today again. Especially considering you were just getting up to speed in quali, using it as your practice. But yeah, good job,
yeah,
man. Good job.
yeah, it's like Bahrain, I think, after Monaco, so I'll drive that and then Suzuka, Zandvoort, pretty much only good trucks toward the end of the season. Maybe Austria is terrible, but
Yeah,
otherwise.
yeah. Okay. Well, we look forward to that, Ice, and good speaking to you.
Thank you.
So we have Justin. We have Justin in our commentator booth, Bob. Let's start from the start, right? Quali did not work out for you at all, did it? Well, I mean, like, it was a great opportunity today to gain a lot of points on Danico. Danico not here today. I think you're trailing him by 14, 15 points in the championship. So obviously you want to just go out there, win this race, and get maximum points. But what happened? Where did it all start falling apart?
Well, the first invalidation um, was a sign of things to come, I think. It's weird because I never invalidated that corner in practice.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, it's weird. But then I invalidated back to back, I boxed, and then I went out on the exact same set of softs. And I didn't do a warm up lap, and I thought, just go for it, see what happens. If I have time to finish it, I'll finish it. If not, I'll just box. And I ended up being like 5.5 tenths up on the lap, and I boxed. And in hindsight, I shouldn't have. I should have just completed the lap because I don't really think there would have been much more left in it. And it would have been a 0.5 with a 5.5 tenth improvement, so it would have been either, I think, pole or at least P2. And yeah, quality, I mean, for lack of
Yeah.
a better term, it was a shit show.
Yeah, well, we kind of caught some of it, the early laps as the race got underway. Obviously you have to make your way through the field, and that has its own dangers. And yeah, I think like without that, you probably would have finished a lot higher. But yeah, there was a few incidents as you were trying to make your way through the field, and then yeah, we were very surprised. I have to say, you started on mediums and you
Yeah.
went to softs, and I thought that's very risky, but it paid off in the end. I mean, like at the final lap, I was watching, and you had plenty of grip in those tires still. So, how were you able to make them last so long?
Well, the medium soft strategy, I mean, in the data and stuff with my team, it is the fastest strategy and it has the most grip. For
Yeah.
some reason, people see softs and they get scared, which is valid. But with low fuel towards the end, the softs can last just as long as mediums. But the main issue in the race was ERS. As a result of me getting hit in turn 2 and then getting spun around in sector 2, wherever it was, I was forced to just use the ERS to try and catch up to the next car and then even try and make it up to the train. And then, I mean, at the end, I had no time to rest because everyone with full ERS, or at least close to full ERS, used it to get past me. And then I always had to keep defending. I think the highest I got in the end was only like 30%. But yeah, I think ERS really killed me today. I think maybe if I don't know, if I had 60% ERS in that final stint, maybe I could have been up there, but no idea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the end, it was a good result for you, P3, and that'll bring you very close to, if not surpassing Danny. I believe it
Maybe
actually.
1 point.
Oh, if you're P2 by 1 point, is that right?
No, P1 by 1 point.
Nice. Okay. Well, that's gonna inspire you to better things. We've got Monaco next week. What do you reckon?
Um, well, I have my opinions on Monaco. I don't really like Monaco, because it's really just a quali track, and well, it's not really fun to drive. But we'll do our best and try and survive.
Yeah, and it's kind of track. If you were able to qualify ahead of Danico, that could be huge. Track position is key there, obviously. Who knows? But I mean, the fact that you're in the lead of the championship right now must be it must be very motivating. And I don't want to say too much, like Justin. You've been so close so many times, but this is looking fairly good. It's definitely going to be a tight run to the flag for the title this time around. How are you feeling about yourself? Are you trying not to think about the title too much, or?
No, no. I'm trying not to think about it because, I mean, today I didn't think about it, and then look what happened.
Yeah,
I knew already being, what was it, 14 points behind, that it was a weird number, that even if I did win, I'd only be ahead by 10 points, and
yeah,
that gap could very easily be, changed if he finishes P1 and I finishes P2. So I didn't really think about winning. I just thought about get points on Danny. But I mean, championship wise, I mean, I've been in better positions before. I've been leading by 40 points and then I lost by 20 because of bad luck. So
yeah.
I'm just hoping to finish the races and hopefully not get hit anymore.
Well, you definitely didn't make it easy for yourself today, but in the end, it worked out. P3, get a podium, plenty of points for the standings, and yeah, next week Danny will return, and we look forward to that. You guys are going to be neck and neck heading into the final round, so yeah, from our point of view, it's great, but I know it must be a bit stressful for yourself and Danico with the title. Um, on the plate. But yeah, Justin, thanks for joining us in the commentative booth. We will no doubt speak to you again soon, I'm sure.
No worries. Thanks for inviting me.
Cheers, bro.
Bye.
Okay, and next we've got Eversnacks. We're going to bring Eversnacks in. We're just going by order of finishing. So you finished P8 today, Eversnacks, in Tier 1. What are you doing in Tier 3, bro? Yeah, this is obviously your home.
Hey, listen, man. That's the first time I was able to beat Crawley Voice, and it was not easy. I was sweating throughout the whole race. Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah, well, you've got a big supporter in chat. Delta's saying Eversnacks for driver of the day, and
Yeah, he's also.
I'm sure he's not biased at all, is he? He's probably your race engineer or something, is he?
Yeah, no, not in the slightest. He also totally didn't tell me to say how amazing it was to have him as a race engineer, and how I only got the points because of him.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. The race engineer, if you get P1 where a race engineer, it basically is the race engineer that got the P1. So Delta,
Yeah, I don't.
driver of the
I
day.
don't even know why do we even drive the races? We should just let the race engineers do some strategizing, and then we're fine. I have to say that was so fun. It was such a clean race. I could just do my laps the whole time. I was trying to manage the DRS gaps to people. Had a tiny bit of wheel to wheel as well. Just such fun to drive there, especially with guys like Icewind. That was great. We tried to make the Alfa Romeo Dream Team work, but the call was already taken, sadly.
Yeah, Icewind mentioned that in chat. It's great to hear you had a really fun race. I mean, we didn't see too much of you on stream today. Where there's a big battle happening from P1 to P6 pretty much throughout the race, but we did catch a few moves from you here or there. But yeah, you were kind of mainly fighting with like the likes of Fox and Crawley Voice then and Larson. But P8 in Tier 1 and a full grid as well. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, super proud of myself, I have to say. I wasn't expecting points in the slightest. I thought I was going to be like P15 at the end. I did profit from some people spinning out, of course, but I think I did my consistent lap times, and I had a pretty good qualifying as well, so that helped. Yeah, I'm just super happy about that race, and I knew I was going to be quick in Brazil. I think it's one of my better tracks. So yeah, very happy to take some points home today. Of course, I didn't get the points in Tier 3. Maybe we can just push them over into Tier 3, maybe?
Well, I mean, you do design the spreadsheets, so, you know.
Oh, that's actually... Yeah, good point. You've got a point there.
I shouldn't have said that. Yeah, so next week, Monaco, I know you're not a Tier 1 full-time driver, but just in terms of the track itself, like, what do you think? You looking forward to it, or is it not a track you like?
I don't think you want to hear my thoughts on that track.
Oh yeah, actually, it's all coming back to me now.
I'm saying the same thing as I say in Baku every year. My tire strategy is going to be soft, medium, hard, soft. I think you know what that means for my car.
Yeah, maybe this is the one. Maybe this is the time that you excel at that track. Maybe it all comes together. But yeah, I mean.
Yeah, just keep saying it. Just keep saying it. It'll be true someday.
Right. Well, Eversax, I do appreciate you joining us in the commentator booth. It was a pleasure to watch you racing in Tier 1, rubbing elbows with the big boys, and P8 in the end. What a finish from you, and you know, props to your race engineer as well. But thanks for joining us in the booth. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
No worries. Speak soon. And last but not least, we have to interview the P10 driver. I have a theory. That you pick up penalties in Tier 1 and make, you know, and have issues in Tier 1 just so it's to kind of camouflage your true pace. Because you were looking like you could have won that race, to be honest with you.
Well, no, it's not intentional, unfortunately. I think that was it was the first time a couple of months ago. Like I almost hit McKinder at the same place.
Yeah.
I think it was Mepo behind me, and this is the second time. So no, it's not intentional. It's just a skill issue, unfortunately. And the penalty, I don't know. Like I was trying to Tenari to pull the gap from 2J or 2K. And it was impossible. So, yeah.
Yeah, and like
I pushed.
You know, you're familiar with Tenari. Obviously, you guys drove together in Tier 2. It looks like for the most part of that race, when you guys were kind of swapping the lead, you were working together. Was that the case, or was there a section of the race where you decided right now the gloves are off now, we're not going to be working together, we're going to be fighting for this?
Well, when me and Tenari was together, I think it was always early in the races, the first stint. So it's not really looking at the win. I just like when I think about my position, think about gaps behind, you know, and I think also about 2K because I think I signaled to Tonari that we should pull the gap from 2K. You know, it's my signals to Tonari, and I think he received them. The unfortunate thing is we lacked skill and pace. So the guy with the soft 17 laps, all soft, could stay with the TRS. So I think that's kind of embarrassing. But yeah, we tried to pull a gap, but before and after we just worked together like P1, P2. I think he said P2 a couple of times to save some ERS. But other than that, we just kept swapping up places each lap, almost at least.
Yeah, that seemed to be the case, but there seemed to be a part where you guys were like, right, no, because on this second DRS straight, I noticed you started swapping position there as well, so almost like each lap you were swapping positions twice. And was that just the case that you just were wanting to get away from Touge Who's I don't know how he was able to keep up with you guys on those old softs.
Yeah. So turn 4 again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, one time I was surprised by Tonari. He, I think, decided to overtake very late on. Other than that, sometimes I think I'm faster than Sector 2, so I would go ahead. And sometimes I think he's faster than me, so I would let him go. Yeah, just swapping like that. Sometimes he has more eras, sometimes I have more eras. But I think at that point it was, we thought to try to get away from 2K, I think. Yeah, when we swapped in turn 4, it was always to maximize our pace to pull away from 2K. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, it started heating up at the end. Then obviously you had that 3 second time penalty, and then it started getting a wee bit what's the word? Spicy with a top DRS train, and we saw you then going wide after turn 1. What happened there?
Yeah. Well, I was trying to overtake Justin, and he was fighting a lot. He had no errors, he was flashing, so I think I had double his errors, or like 20 or 30%. So I was trying to pass him because he had a lot of older tires than me. So when I had more pace, so I just want to get one car until like at the end of the race I can fight for the win. But yeah, I was still fighting hard into turn 1, side by side, and I think I broke a bit too late, and I tapped Mackinder. It wasn't like a big hit,
Yeah.
so I was surprised I got orange damage. But yeah, I hit him, and I just didn't have really any grip there, and just went wide, and I think race over at that point.
Oh, flip. So you picked up orange wing damage from that, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, and also like on the hard stint, it was very very difficult to be honest. Like when it hit like 20% tire age or tire wear, it was I almost spun like 3 or 4 times. I think Dari could attest to that because like I was catching slides like every lap almost. I was trying to push a lot, and I think that just it was it may seem similar to Tier 2 race yesterday, to anyone who's not in the top, like racing in the race. But for me, it was different because when I decided to overcut with Mackinder, I was honestly surprised because we had it was only like a 1 second gap, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it they didn't really like the undercut didn't really work at all. Like they didn't pull anything. I have no idea what happened there at the point. Maybe they're fighting too much, but their undercut just I think failed at the point because as soon as I left the pits, I was right behind Mepo, and Mackinder I think caught Tenari or the top guys 1 lap later. Not similar to Tier 2 where when Christian and Matt pitted later, when we did the undercut, we had like 4 seconds gap. So I was very surprised by that difference, and that also like motivated me to try go for the win because I did a different strategy from Tier 2 to 3. Like Tier 2 I did an undercut, Tier 3 I did an overcut, but that just due to my position because in Tier 2 I was behind the train. I was P4 or P3.
Yeah.
And in Tier 1 I was at the head, and like I was P1, P2. So that's why I went later. But I think it also worked because Mackinder won. But I'm sad I couldn't really take advantage of new tires.
Yeah. Well, I mean, going by Tier 2 performances you've been doing, you're on form this season for sure. You're leading the championship there, and you've been in really good spots in Tier 1 as well. So, and hopefully by the end of the season you will get some good results. Maybe the title, maybe a Tier 1 win. It's close, isn't it? I mean, it's within reaching distance. The Tier 1 win. You definitely have the pace for it, and quali as well. You're able to hang in there with these top guys, so that must be very motivating for you.
Yeah, for sure. I'm also like enjoying the racing part of it. It's also less stressful than Tier 2 because
Yeah.
there's no championship
Yeah.
on the line. But sadly, I can't really race Friday. I said before like I would race Brazil and Jeddah, so that's only 2 races I can race. I will try to race others, but I'm just busy on Fridays. But it's always a lot of fun fighting with the Finnish gang and Justin and Danico also, but he's missing today. But yeah, I'm also enjoying Tier 1, and hopefully Jeddah I have a win because I'm really confident in Jeddah. I have good pace there, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Anything can happen in a race, as you well know. But Argamer, thanks for joining us in the chat. Appreciate it. And I think that rounds up the interviews for now. So we'll speak to you again soon, Argamer.
Yeah,
Bid
thank you,
you
guys.
farewell for now.
Bye bye.
And that's it. Bob has gone to the chippy to get some food. I'm starting to get hungry myself. And I think we've interviewed most of the drivers on the grid today. So thanks to anyone who is still hanging in there and listening to the stream. We will be back next week. It's the big one. It's Monaco, the jewel in the crown. Drivers love and hate it in equal quantities, and I think we're in for a bit of a spectacle. No matter what happens, always seems to be chaotic, crazy in Monaco, and we'll be back there next week. So Tier 3, 2 and 1, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday respectively. And hit that like button if you haven't done so already. We will be back for more sooner than you can say something really long that lasts a week to say, which is quite maybe a book. We'll be back before you can read a very long book. And yeah, I think I think I'm gonna go now and stop jabbering on. Again, thanks everybody for watching. Thanks for the support, and we will be back soon. Later.